Okay, cool. So welcome back to another stream. It's been a while since I started stream. A lot happened since the last time. I hope you can hear me. This is going to be another recording of one of my client work, which of course the delivery date is in 2 days. And I plan to walk you through the project and uh, how I actually finish it. That's it. So the screen that you can see here is that I'm using Neovim instead of my go-to Visual Studio, which I have dumped and recently switched to Neovim, and all of my configured Neovim according to my needs. Let's decrease the size a bit, and yeah, that's that. So it's going to quickly open my monster. And let's get started. So the task for this client is to actually make a program using computer vision which actually detects certain body languages, body language features, like how we are standing, or uh, a certain body languages. For example, if my hands are crossed out, it should be detected by the computer vision program. If I'm just standing neutrally, that should be also detected. Another part of this project is also to detect human emotions. Um, uh, like specific emotions were given by the client, and I just implemented in. That's actually finished. So I'm now the most recent objective of the client was to actually implement the head tilting, meaning that if the head is tilted for anyone in the camera, it will be detected in any direction. So yeah, that's the latest thing that I've implemented, and most of the things are actually now done for implementing. What I am trying to do right now is actually combine everything so that it works with just a single Python file without anything. So I am in this folder. Okay, I've also implemented the not myself, because I've also installed uh, the keystrokes visualizer. I don't know, I forgot what it's called. I think it's called the Keycaster. Yes, Keycaster. It's from GitHub, so it's free and open source. You can install it in any Mac systems, which allows me to actually write this down, and you can also see the keystrokes that I'm pressing. It's important for Neovim viewers, and of course I'm not an expert yet in Neovim. All of the macros and the fast keystrokes, I'm not an expert. I need to think it out loud, so I think you'll be able to connect more with me in this regard. Cool. So is there any way to put it here? So I've got like very low time to lose, so just going to get started. So what I am doing is actually I am going towards the main, which is this folder, and there are some configurations for the MongoDB where I'm actually sending the data after it's been detected, and these are actually all of the files that are actually being used. So in the models underscore, I forgot why there's an underscore. but I'll remove it, but I'm not removing it now because it has to actually go through. It needs to access a few different files, and I have to change it in a number of different places. So that's why I'm not changing it now. So in the models folder, there are like certain models. This is the SVM, which is the SVM, forgot the full form, the SVM model of the support vector machines. Yes, this is machine learning, like it's a very simple machine learning model because it did not require any neural nets. So that's why it's a very small file. So it's a support vector machine for the body language. It's body languages. It's for the classification. This is the Keras, the FaceNet file, which is detection of the facial emotions. This is the same as this one. This is the H5, which is read by the Keras or TensorFlow. This is the uh, uh, points or paths. I forgot the actual like extension, full extension. But this is actually the same as the H5 file, but this is actually the .pth is actually read by PyTorch rather than TensorFlow. And this is another one which is actually a weights file, which is read by the YOLO for the body language. Sorry, the pose. Yes, so this is the pose model. So what is inside is, it's not important. It's not actually read by what it is used for is actually it's used by the YOLO and the other models to do its job. Yeah, that's that. So the entry point as written in this file is uh, the start of the app is from by creating conda environment, activating the conda environment, installing all the requirements, and also running the Python file. So sorry, running the run.py. So everything starts from the run.py from here. So there are certain imports. Sorry, I think I did not. I should have. It is, yeah, it is. So I'm not sure. So everything starts from the run.py. Not sure why it's not detecting, because I don't think it's important now. I'm going to solve the issues one by one. But what it does initially is that defines a small function where it will counts the number of available cameras, because the client wants this script to be run in parallel with everything. 1 minute. I think I forgot to. Uh-huh. It should be Neovim client. Yep. This is the recording of the no. Mhm. think that's all. Yeah, cool. So back to this. I'm in here. Okay, cool. So this function, what it does is checks if there's available cameras, returns true or not. It's just done in once here. Yeah, here. If camera is available at the specific point, just append it to the available camera, which is a list, appending the number of cameras which are available, and that's how many times the script will be run in parallel. But in the future, I have to like optimize it for multiple runs. If the actual run is actually slow, I have to optimize it into running in multiple threads. So I have to open up threads then. But now I think the working file is important at the moment. So just a simple print statements if those no cameras available, and when there are cameras being detected and the available cameras, um, uh, this part is found. Yeah, this part is found. At that time, we will pass on the available camera here. The command is, I forgot the VIB. Yeah. So I will also put down other the MongoDB URL, the database collection names and everything to the pipeline, and I will call the start detection method. Yeah, that's it. So that is what it's doing, and then we move on to the pipeline, which is actually opened up somewhere. No, okay, it's not. So let's go to the pipeline one by one. Okay, it's you. Quit. Quit. Let's exit out because I don't need this. So exited out from here. Let's go to the pipeline and open it here. I think we've got a chat, but I'm not sure if this is bot or not. So that's a bot. That is a bot. Hello, distortion. Cool. So this is actually the pipeline file, which is being called in by the run.py file. So the pipeline is actually calling out the I think this is the time I think I should use the harpoon. I'm not sure how to use it, but let's see. It's just space, and space is my leader key for Neovim. A is harpoon file. Okay, harpoon quick menu. So capital A is harpoon file. So I'm just going to give capital A here. So I guess this is pen is deprecated. Please add. Okay. So if I say the harpoon, so I've got pipeline.py in my harpoon. I'm going to escape it and try to open up the run.py. So the harpoon lets you quickly go through the files. That's what it is for. So let me open this up, the run.py, and also harpoon this file here. So if we see there are like two different harpooned file at this moment. So I can just quickly go through like file 1 and file 2 using space 1 and 2. So up to 5 files are harpoonable at this moment. But okay, so going back to file number 1, I think, yeah, file number 1, file number 2, file number 1, file number 2, yeah, something like that. Okay, so in file number 1, which is the run.py, we've got in 37J. 34J, yeah. Here I'm opening up this pipeline, which is the I'm defining an object of the class pipeline, sending out the parameters for the class, and then I'm starting the detection. So we go to number one. Here the class pipeline is defined, and there are other methods, but um, what I am actually focused on is the start detection. Yes, this is the start detection. And yeah, what it does is two things, which is important, which is the start detection has this line with 62, as you can see here. Here is that it is accessing the self-emotion detection, and it's processing the frame. So the frames are taken from the start detection, well, from the caps, I believe, yes. From here, self.caps, the frames are taken when each of the caps which are sent down from the previous run.py are taken here, and then it is read. Each of the cap is read, and then it is stored in the frame list. This frame list is passed down to two different um, models or different Python scripts, so that it is processed separately. The first one is the emotion detection, which detects the emotion in the frame. The second one is actually the body language detection. It actually detects also the it also detects the body language in that specific frame. But there is a problem which I did not actually thought of it before. Which is that the frames which is being sent needs to actually the process frames. So this is the motion detection, process emotion, process frame. Okay. So when we actually process the emotions of the frame which is being sent, so the frames are sent simultaneously. So if we have this is the frames, this is the frames list, which should be this is the frames list, but does not. These variables should be more descriptive, don't you think? Because this vi and let's go vi word. Yeah, this is the word visual in word, and what should be the more descriptive titles? You know what? Let's ask AI to actually I think that's the buffer. Let's see. Here, if we have space, that's the explain, optimize, review. Nope. Is there any C? No? Okay, come on, not found. So the buffer, I think, is this one, line number 60. Forgot how to actually send files to the buffer. I'll just write this up. Let's say GitHub Copilot. No, it should be Copilot and Vim chat. Yeah, this is the one that is being used. Explain review optimize success. So there are system prompts, agent sticky prompts, context. Yes. So there's a buffer number, specify file names, git URL, quick fix files. So I cannot actually send files to buffer. Let me send down buffer then. So that's just it's C, which is the chat with Copilot, and I will. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, so that's a buffer. So that's Control N, Control Y to select or whatever. This is the buffer that is being fed into the context of the LLM. So in this regard, what I should do is actually ask the LLM, give me better variable names for the frames. The frames of the frames. The frames list captures stores not all of the frames of the videos. The first stores one frame from each available cameras in parallel. Okay, so that's Command S to actually send it to Copilot. Camera frames. It says that camera frames. Yeah, I can work with camera frames. I also thought about camera frames, but I camera frames frames in camera. No, camera frames. Okay. Okay. I can deal with camera frames. So the macro is, first of all, I just go into the first character. Then I actually if I say this yeah, da, da, weird. Okay. So to change it, so just change in word, let's CAW, and let's write camera frame. So the copy is similar, yank in word, and you go to the next, sorry, and you go to change in block, which will take you to block, and you just escape and paste it, and also change in block, escape praise. So that did not work because I did not yeah, it was my bad. So go into the beginning of the word, you just go to B for beginning, I for I for inserting the character from inserting the character before the word. So that's I. Just write camera hash and just Y to select. Oops. Nope. I'm just learning Vim, so don't judge me. So beginning, hi. So camera underscore, yeah, that's the both of the things. So this is becoming a bit more descriptive. That's all I wanted to say. So let's just save it. Cool, cool. So these are the camera frames, which are don't think a specific start detection. So let's go to harpoon file number 2. It's just start detection. It's not actually sending the frames. The frames are actually processed in the pipeline file. So here, yeah, frames are actually processed here. Okay, cool. So let's just solve the issues one by one. So the first issue that I have is these it's processing the frames for the motion to detect the motion of the frame, and then count if there are a certain number of times the emotion has been seen, because the emotions can be changed. And then when that specific phase, where the emotions is actually doing, um, so that so if I'm using, if that specific phase is not doing anything, like it's not seen in the frame, then send the data to the MongoDB server. So that's all I have to do. So we take the frames of the individual cameras. Then what we do is like come back to this file on the right, where it actually doing. So Twitch is, he's saying that, bro, if you use ChatGPT, you'll finish it like 15 seconds, not 2 days. I have been using ChatGPT for a while, and not only ChatGPT and other type of GPTs, they do not complete everything, and they produce more bugs if you don't actually prompt them. And it's very hard to actually prompt uh, uh, any type of AI model. If you It's hard because for example, you explain the entire thing to the AI, and it produces a lot of code, which you of course have to review one by one. And reviewing it in a code is actually not, I don't like it personally. I like rather writing the code, and don't like take it otherwise. But I am using AI in here. I use it every day. Where even a copilot is integrated into the Neovim. So yeah, so I am using AI. I'm just uh, what accelerating my work process, because using the AI to complete the entire thing, it's not a good idea, and you'll understand why, because if you use it every day. Agent. Like I have made specific agent, but I haven't actually like used, because I've heard about cursor a lot, if you can call that an agent, but uh, I haven't used cursor personally. I've heard a lot about cursor not being the most ideal way to actually code. So yeah, that's that. That's that. Hmm. So in the process frame, it takes the frames, where I also should write camera frames. So this, if I yank it, it will be yanked back. So here the frames are not defined, so change in block camera frames. Yeah, this is suggested by the AI. So in what this line actually does is, like, for each of the camera frames, it's detecting the faces, and these faces are actually detected by the detect face method. Okay, so detect face is method is actually And here, where it uses the face detector, uh, which is the MTCNN in our case. So it's detecting using the MTCNN, it detects the face and stores the face in the face detector. Detected, I should do a better job at renaming variables. Of the high word, it should be detected faces. Detected underscore faces. And let's just yank it should be yanking word and go to the end using the dollar sign. And if I delete this, it will be not ideal. Can I say paste? No, it does not work like paste, because if I select it and paste it, it does. Okay, so I have to select it and then paste it. So that's how it like replaces it. If I delete it, it goes into the paste buffer, so that doesn't work. Cool. So this is the detected faces, which is actually detected by the face detector for each of the frames, which is passed into this function, returned back, and it it should not also be the all detections, rather change in word detected faces. So yank in word in all detections. So let's go to VIB, paste it here. That's it. Hey, Mohit Kumar. I'm good. I'm good. So these are the detected faces. And when there is a detected faces, I've got like two functions which are important here. Is one is to process emotion and another is end the session if the specific face is not detected. This I need to change because the earlier version did not have um earlier version did not have the specific changes that I made in the recent version. Of course. Of course. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. I don't like this because this specific end session, if face not detected, was actually a very not good way of coding, I think. So it can be improved. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay. End session if face is not detected. It passes the camera ID. Why? Trust me, I wrote everything, but I don't know why. Uh-huh. Self-taught embedding dictionary. Yes, I do. The lazy vim is the package manager. It should be lazy nvim, as far as I know. That's the package manager. Cool. Okay, so now I have to understand what's the problem in this. Not exactly the problem. I need to understand how this specific code block works and where to change it. Right. Hmm. So if one specific suppose there's a let's brainstorm it. Let's say you have um no, no, I'm not sure. No, I use the lazy nvim. Lazy nvim, that's what it is called as far as I know. That's the package manager for lazy package manager for Neovim. Uh, so if I want to brainstorm this part, uh, so a frame is sent. So let's say there's like one camera. Um, 1 minute, I'm just going to answer. How did you learn to configure your Neovim? Okay, best way to configure your Neovim is actually go to the Kickstarter. I'll show you. It's called a Kickstarter and Vim. This is the best way to actually start. You just follow this, and this is the ideal way to start your Neovim configuration. I'll just send it into the chat. Then you'll be able to uh, make your own custom configurations step by step. But this is the starting point where I think everyone should start their Neovim journey if you want. So let's see. I think I need a place to actually draw. So paint online. So, oh no, this is not the one that I want. Ah, yeah. Okay. So let's start with you have the camera. I'm going to draw a camera. I don't know what that is. So that's the camera, and it produces one frame. So I'm just taking the first frame. So just camera one, and this is the first frame, frame one. So in that frame, there's a person. There's just one person. Thanks. I usually use the available stuff, so I'm not sure what I need to configure new of them. Yeah, I actually use the use Python for data science, as well as I use the Jupyter Notebook, the IPython extensions, IPython notebooks, the IPYNB files, which I use it every day, and I could not find an alternative to actually use it in Neovim, because those files are actually hard to render and use, because some parts of the file are actually Python and some parts of the file are Markdown. So I found an awesome plugin called Molten and Vim. This one. So this is actually like a very good plugin. If you guys go ahead and see it here, I'm just pasting it into the chat. If you go ahead and see it, you'll see this video. This video is just awesome. This is just running each of the specific Python parts into of the Python notebook file individually, and the outputs are being shown onto the terminal itself. So it is actually pretty cool for me. So I had some trouble configuring it, making it work, but I did not actually follow the entire instructions, because the entire instructions were a uh, uh, bit difficult to follow actually. uh, I think I will probably make a video of how to actually do it, because I how to actually set it up, because I did not find any videos relating to it. So so this was actually fun, kind of, to set up and configure, and then now as it's working, I am able to use the Python files in Neovim as well. So completely ditched VS Code. Unfortunately, I loved VS Code for the most of the time. Most of the part I loved VS Code, but uh, for some reason, I cannot say. For some reason, I started using Neovim, and I'm just actually loving it, because I don't have to use the mouse so much, and I cannot say it increased my productivity as much, because I'm actually learning, and I'm slow at the commands. I'm not actually fast enough right now, but as I can definitely say, since when I've started and now, there's a huge difference in how I actually configure that, uh, configure my code. Okay, so camera comes a frame, and in the frame, so this one person in the frame. So it's just one face. So that's a new face. So this face goes to an embedding model, which finds an embedding. So how can I show an embedding? So let's say 0, 8, 2, dot, dot, dot. This is the embedding, and it stores into a dictionary. Okay. Now for the second frame, which of course has the same person. Second SD, so let's write first. Now it's the second frame, just one person. Okay, same one face. Now, uh, goes to the embedding model and produces a specific embedding, which is actually like close to this. So that's close equals to, I can say that's the same person. That's all. If that's close, that's same person. And if that is not close, for example, if there's like uh in a certain number of frame, there's another person here, which is the, I don't know, like n number of frames, nth, and there's also one person, and there is also one face. And if I send it to the embedding model, the same embedding model, I'm just writing it far, and the embedding which is produced, supposing it's just 190, this one and this one not close, close to different person. So if that specific person, like the person in the dictionary, is not detected for like 2 seconds, that data is being sent to the MongoDB. Which data? The face is of course being sent to the emotion model, and that happens. This is the logic which I want to implement. It is implemented, but I have to check if the logic matches still. Very hard for a person to explain this into an AI, um, and hope that the AI doesn't make any mistakes on the way. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this specific function is called end session if face is not detected. So the session starts when a face is detected, of course. So sorry, new face is detected. So in this regard, it is the detect face. Detect the face, and that's the send data, which I don't actually need. Get MAC address, I don't need. Process emotions, I don't need. Is embedding close, I will need. But what I do need now is the add embedding. Add the embedding, because that's a new person, right? I just told you there's a new person, add the embedding. So is camera ID important? Let's see. GG to go top. I just confused GG and Shift G. So GG to go onto the top to understand. So in the face detector, camera IDs are being passed. Camera IDs is the list. Okay. So add embedding, new embedding, threshold. So where am I actually using this function? Where am I using this function? Let's do. Excuse me. Hmm. Let me search a specific thing called when we have, I don't know, function definitions. Go to function definition, not in VS Code, but in Neovim. Solution for go to definition. Is it an LSP thing? Pyrite making go to definitions work, and I'm setting a priming and sky using a Vim for a few months, literally just vanilla, never Vim RC having an LSP section. I think it's outdated. The main thing is I don't even want an LSP. The GD. Go to definitions. I don't need a autocomplete anything. Instead, I think it's unlikely you're able to get the go to definition with the working on the plugin. See that. So which is actually working? Go to definitions. Do I have anything? For example, if I have this D says there's a key map. No, I don't want that. Open diagnostic quick fix list. What the hell is this? Oh, frames? No. Okay, let's just Q, 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 Q. Yeah, okay. So space, Yazi, fuzzy finder, existing buffers. One key map. I means initialize molten. No. M. This is again molten. No. O. Of course molten. No. R. Again molten. S is search. Search what? Search by file. This is the telescope, of course. Of course. So this is V. Z is copilot, so the go-to definition does not exist for me. Pyrite, go to definition. Let's see. Python protect I cannot always go to definition. Okay, in this regards, I'm using Edge for simple question to ask the AI. Because people ask me why I use Edge. Is this because of this Copilot feature? So the question is, I am using Neovim. I'm using Neovim for my Python projects. Just explaining it firstly. Then you first explain what is the scenario with the context, and then you explain what you want to do and ask for it. So I want to no, it needs further context. I have some functions in my code which I want to know where this function is used and its definition uh, in definition. How can I do that? I don't know why this function is used and its definition. Let's see what it says, then I can refine the question later. To trace your Python Neovim function, okay. So it says this is a language server protocol, the LSP, which I have the Pyrite, I have everything. So I should have told install telescope and set it up to LSP to fuzzy find symbols and references. Tree seeder have the syntax awareness and navigation, okay. Mm-hmm. Both definition using set up LSP, use LSP. GD is go to definition. Uh-huh. File or references, hover to view different K. No? Okay. I think it's capital K? No? Capital K. Ah. Ah, okay, cool. Oh, okay. Now I know. So capital K is actually getting you the definition. That's good. If I go to file or references, so G, yeah, now everything's opens up, right? Open. That's not how. Go to definition. LSP, go to implementation. Tell what? Okay, what was I actually searching for? Uh, so the add embedding, that's what I was searching for. So it's K, go here, and let's see, it says G. Whoa, what? Go to file under cursor. R. R. Ah, still learning, boys. Still learning. So, spend what? So much time just to find how to do this. Word. Uh-huh. This is how I am defining the unique ID and embedding. So at embedding is using the face embedding, which is the embedder. Right, and this is which function again? Process emotion. Ah, so process emotion takes the frames, the detections, which does not make sense at all. Word. Okay, so you go to go references, and here the process emotions you are sent the detections, the debts, detected faces. So if there's a lot of faces, for in our case it's just one face, but you also send the frames. Why do you need the frames? Why do you need the frames, bro? Just changed it. This word. Frames. I need the frames though. Detected faces. If there's more, there can be more faces, right? Yeah, in line number third, from here, the 13th line below, you can see that. So you give it the frames 3J, and you go to the word of the beginning of the word, and you change it to camera underscore, and also in here, go to the end, then go to beginning, and also camera frames. Camera frames. Cool. So when you have the frames and you run the detector on the frame, it also gives you the list because there might be multiple faces um, in the detected face. Detected face. In each camera. Is that a big variable name? Detected face in cameras. Yikes. Uh, Copy this word and you go to the end. Select this word and then you just paste it. Detected faces in cameras and you return it. Cool. So this is detect faces, you send in the face and then it detected faces in the cameras. End penned in underscore cameras. Yank in word, visualize in block, paste. Visualize in block and paste. Cool. 1 minute. And I'm back. Okay. Ah, all right. So this is detected faces in cameras. So you get the detected faces. So you first go here and then you go to the word, end of the word, cross it out, detected faces. Copy this out and you go to and oh well, select this, paste. So you get the detected faces, right? Right. Oh, cool. So you got the detected faces in specific cameras. So I'm just iterating through the cameras and you get the detected faces, which are also lists. So you feed in the camera ID and then you feed in the detected face, which is just the face. Also the frame. For some reason, it also requires the face and the frame. So it's requiring two things. I don't know why I have to see it. And also it is also sending the camera ID. So let's go to the process emotions. So here, I don't know how to go there. So this, let's say it's this R definition, right? So this is D for definition. Yes. Neovim. Neovim. Okay. So process emotions. The process emotion takes in the frames as well as the detection of the camera ID. That's clear up to now. So what it does in detections, because there might be multiple detections, as we have like said. So for each of the detections, it does a few things. And then there's a self-embedding dictionary where an emotion. Oh, okay, okay, okay. So in this line, it gets the embedding of the face. My question is, where did I use? Let's go to 19K and then search for the word frame. That is why you need the frame to cut the face, because in the detection just says the box, not the really. So the detections is just frames. That's what I was saying. It's pretty weird. I do not know how the debug thing work in Neovim, so I'm not going to like go into the debug, but rather what I really the detections are just sad. Uh, and the co-reference referred, and then okay, the detected faces are actually the face detector. So face detector actually returns the not the really. That is weird. That is weird. So go to reference definitions. Okay. Okay. Let's forget this part now. I can of course add it to the to-do. Should I add it to the to-do? I think I should. CD work and CD main. There should be a lot of things. So let's start nvim readme. Okay. Project summary, few things. Right. To do. Nope. Check the detections. Beginning, go there. Detections. What is it? Only has the coordinates or interface image. Yes. This is something that needs to be done. Cool. I will check it later then. What am I Gufran Takur? So what are you building? I'm building actually emotion detection slash body language detection uh program. Yeah, a lot of slashes in there. So yeah. So the detection here is actually has for now, let's say that it has only the coordinates. So I unpack the coordinates here, and here I use the where this here. I use the frame to actually like crop out the face from the frame. Yeah. So I've got the cropped up face from the frame. Um, and then I'm getting the face embeddings, and and here I'm using the add embedding to the camera ID. So camera ID is important because each of the cameras are placed in different places, and it matters which person comes in which camera. So I need to keep track of that. So camera ID is important. So I go to and it's complicated. Hope it gets complicated. Yeah. No, I'm trying to uncomplicate it. So go to reference definition. There's a new embedding. There's a threshold which I'm actually not using at the moment, and it gets the camera ID. Uh, Emotion dictionary, and there's an embedding dictionary. Should I call it the emotion embedding dictionary or let's call it the person ID. I think that is a more appropriate way to change it. Don't you think? Let's see. Embedding. Oh, sticked. So enter pre for previous. Oh, whoa, whoa. No. Uh, N. This is not the way. Not the way. Okay, this is the initialization where it is being initialized, and I think the best way to actually make it so is self dot person ID is the way to go. Okay, so this camera ID. For camera ID and camera IDs. So each of the dictionary is ah so complicated. Anyways, so here is the person ID dictionary. Okay, so let's say it is the dictionary here, starting with the camera ID. For example, this is the one. For camera ID, semicolon. Yeah. So for camera ID, there should be another dictionary, which I guess in here it is solved by giving the embeddings, the motion counts, the last scene time, and the new. Okay, there's some few things. So I'm just going to keep this like blank, few fields. Okay. Statements must be separated by semicolons. So let's go with 100K. What? 100K. Yeah. This was not closed. I am aware of that. Okay. Another for camera and camera IDs. This is practically the same as this one. I'm just going to comment it out. To comment it is just space. I forgot. Blockwise, linewise, C. C, yeah. Neovim. Uh-huh. So for each of the camera IDs, there should be another dictionary. It's like should it be dictionaries or there should be a list of people? List of dictionaries. There shouldn't it be a list of dictionaries? Empty. This is empty dictionaries being created. But there should not be empty dictionaries. There should be empty lists. No? When you have the list and you append to the list anything, like you can append a dictionary to the list. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Dot items. Not sure, not sure. I'm just going on. Hmm. So you've got the new embedding and the camera ID, which you don't need to add to the embedding if it's not close to the existing ones. Okay. Existing embedding and existing ID and existing embedding. Inserted embeddings, camera ID. The camera ID is being sent, and that it checks the items given the camera ID, it goes through that and it gets the dictionary here. Yeah, here is when it is being added. So the embedding dictionary, which is the person ID in our case now, so it gets the camera ID inside of the camera ID, which for unique ID. Ah, now it makes sense. Yep, yep, yep. So my bad. You go to 32J and yeah, that's it. So you go to the word, and then you yank in word, you go down and you go to the 15K and plus you go to here. Oh, why you go to here? Word, yeah. And you select the word and paste it. That's the person ID that you're looking for. And you get the existing ID and the existing embedding, and from the existing embedding you take the embedding. That's good. Uh-huh. Right. So beginning, oh, beginning, word, oi, 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 word, 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 select, paste. Okay, change in word, and that should be person, and select it with Control Y. Returns the existing ID. If last seen date time now. Yeah, well, this is actually pretty cool. Change in word, person ID. Cool. Yep. Saving it and going to number 30K and change in word, person ID, and also find new ones as well. Here, so word, change in word, person ID. Here as well, word. Oops, word. Uh, sorry, and I was typing end. So change in word, person ID. I believe there are others as well. Not yet. Okay, let's just save it with colon W. Okay, so basically what I'm doing in this stream is to actually improving variable names. Nothing else. Nothing else matters. Nothing else really matters. So it stores, if the same number is detected, it stores the detected emotion inside inside a dictionary, so all of the frames are not actually needed to be sent. It's actually pretty good enough. Actually, it's actually pretty good enough. So the problem that I was like telling you is not actually a problem anymore, because I've just gone to the code and it seems to work. If you want, you can just look through the code. This part of the code, like this um this block, let's see if I can highlight it, is just v20j. Okay, something like that. So this block, this function block, is actually more important. So end session if face is not detected, so a specific face is not being detected anymore. And if for any more meaning like for 2 seconds, if the specific face is not detected anymore for 2 seconds, so that face is removed, because there are like specific keys to remove. Here, keys to remove. So I just saved all the keys which should be removed, and those are removed. In line number 11 here, this wins all and this removes it. So when it removes, what it does is just sends specific data, whatever it has, the number of it counted the number of frames, which has the highest emotion. There are like three emotions: a neutral, positive, and negative. So which has the highest emotion in that within that time frame, mm, and it just sends it back. Session emotion. Yeah, here for the session emotion, you can see that the maximum of the emotion count is being taken. And for example, it is counting emotion in every frame. So if, for example, if there's like 60 frames in a second, so in 1 second, it's counting like 60 different emotions for a specific person. So within that 60 frames, if the maximum emotion, the maximum number of emotion is of happy, for example, like 30 or more, or like, for example, 30 or more frames has the happy emotion, that is considered as the session emotion, and that session emotion is being sent as the primary emotion for the entirety of the 60 frames or in 1 second. So that's what it's being sent. So this is actually like complete for the emotion detection. Now what I am actually more interested is actually the body language detection, and that is what I should focus on right now, because the body language detection is actually, let me open this. This is the emotion detection, the same. And in the pipeline here, you can see that the same frame is being sent to the emotion detection as well as the body language detection here, both. So the camera frames are being sent, so it should be the same. So there's like nothing more. So the process should be the same. I think the counting should also be the same. So I'm just going to copy and paste, and hopefully I can solve it by um, the end of the stream. So going to, so what, 1 hour and 27 minutes? Yeah, maybe 25 minutes more would be the way to go. Okay, so going to quit this and open up the body language detector, which is actually the same. It has some models. First of all, the client, the camera IDs, and then the models. I'm just matching it up with the fair emotion detection. It should be somewhat similar. So there's a pose model which actually detects the pose. There's a body language classifier, which is the support vector machine model, which I showed you in the beginning of the stream. And uh, what else? What else? What else? Yeah, if you guys have any questions related to this, I'll be happy to discuss. Okay, but in the meantime, so I've got here's the major difference, like the first difference that comes between the emotion detection and the face detection, because the emotion detection is actually IDing each person using the embeddings. So each of the different peoples have different unique embeddings or facial embeddings, which I am using to actually identify each of the persons. But it's not the same as the body language because I'm not actually identifying the body, which makes it harder for me to count. But I think what YOLO does is that it actually tracks or identifies the same people. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm going to perhaps show you. Let's see if I can open it. It should be in oh, the R&D. Go to the end. Yeah. Mhm. So I select everything using this leader VIP and then run it using this. I'm not sure this is going to run. Uh-huh. Downloading the point. Why is it downloading the points? Not running yet. Okay. So, sorry about that. So, um, the person, as I've said, that the head tilt model is actually also detected. For example, this is the head tilt normal, but if I do it, as you can see, in here, yeah, it's saying that the head tilt is normal, but when it's this, the head is tilted, and also in this direction, the head is also tilted. And yeah, another thing that you cannot see in here is that the behind this angle is what I have another detector, which is if I'm crossed like this, it will detect the cross, which I'm not exactly showing at the moment. So what I am trying to show you at the moment is that this person, this person is the ID. Like there is an ID which is associated with me as the person, which I need to, which I can use. So I don't actually need to ID it. So that's what I'm trying to say. So let's queue for to stop it. And yeah, okay. So what you saw right now is just me running a Python notebook, which I've talked about using Molten. Pretty good because Python notebooks are actually being ran in um, Neovim, which is pretty exciting. Pretty exciting. You can see the output down here and everything you can see here. Okay, so let me go back if that's possible. Yeah, that's the body language. Cool. Do I have anything in my? Yeah, I do. Okay. So so what I'm trying to say is that the ID is already done by the YOLO, so I don't need to do that. It might get mixed up, which is not ideal, but I don't think that will be a problem. Yeah, that will not be a problem. Okay, so ID is not important. Cool. Okay, so similar to this part, there's a process frame, and I have also this process frame, which I have all of the poses. Poses in cameras. Let me also like improve it. Ends a in cameras. Copy this word, go down, and VIB, paste it here. Neovim. Cool. So those poses are done by the detect poses, which is, go to the definition, it's a detect pose. So you get the frame and you use pose model. Go to the references, the YOLO model, and then you detect the pose, right? Go ref. It's not definition. Code action. No code action available. So go to definition. Go to implementation. Maybe no. Okay. So go to rename references. Okay. Yeah. So this is being referred in here. Passed in the frame. It returns the poses, the results. Not exactly. It should not call it as results. So I'm just going to change in Word. Poses in cameras. Yeah. So copy this word. Go down. Find this. And select this. Paste it. Okay. Cool. Frames. So what did I call the frames? Camera frames. So go to the beginning of the word, I write camera underscore camera frames. And you copy this word, you go to the 7J, go to the end, go to the beginning, and visualize it and paste it. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Beginning, and you go to the reference, yeah, where it's being used. Cool. It's being used, and you get the poses in cameras, and you process the process. Okay, cool. So processing of the poses is actually a bit harder, because what we're trying to get from the processing of the poses is process emotion, process poses. Word, and you go to the references here. Yep. Cool. And it returns what exactly? Returns nothing. Returns nothing. Okay. Let me go back to this code and just review it. You've got a head, tail, and label. For each of the persons, do you send the poses in cameras? Poses for poses and poses in cameras. That should be the way. Okay, so if you go here and the end A in cameras, and then you yank the word and you do 13J, you go back, you select, you paste it in here, poses in cameras, and you go to the beginning of the word for poses. And I poses. So You go here, I poses, you go beginning, result for the it's not called result, but for each pose in poses. Change in word is so each pose in poses. Each of the pose should also contain pose. So from the pose you get the key points and the bounding boxes. And this is the head tilt detection. This is the head tilt detection, which is pretty tough. Pretty tough. Pretty tough. Hmm. Angles. So this is it doing the right thing? Let's not think about the head tilt detection now. Okay, what it is doing this pending one, if there's a head tilt. I think it's doing good job. Angles frame. For amount of left eyes. Just one pose, right? Key points, bounding boxes. Why should this be a loop? Why should this be a loop? That's my question. Okay, so it's pending an angle. Left eye, right eye. Really? Uh, uh, should be this one. And frame. Hmm. I random bound. It says that there are more bounding boxes. This is confusing. This is confusing. My question is, why do I have the loop in here? Why do we need the loop if this is not the pose? This is not the pose. Body language classification, this is not the pose. This is not the pose. For example, with the right side, you can see that the results in results. So there are multiple results in here. I need to run this. This needs to be ran. Okay, let's copy this up. I need to see how it is doing. So let's just copy this. Let's go to the end. Yeah, let's paste it here. Let's also copy this. Yank it. And paste it here. Okay. Mm-hmm. I don't need to show it. So what I need to do is actually break it. Break, because just one is enough. Or no, it's fine. I've got the results. I will break it, and after that there should be Python. Let's close it down. Okay. Cool. Okay. Uh, so in this regard, what I need to see is the results. Results. Yeah, cool. So let me run this block. So how do you run the block? It's just space leader VIB, which will select block, space R to run it. Yes. And it should run for a couple of frames so that it can see me. Load up the models and everything. I'm sure it's reached. I mean, it should. Let's just give it a minute. How to interrupt the REPL terminal? I forgot how to interrupt the REPL terminal. REPL terminal involved. Nah. Ah. Walk of magma. Interrupt. Okay. Dot inter That's not good. Running. Let's see if it responds. It's been running for quite a while. Molten interrupt. Let's see if it works. Aha. It must be a way. Let's see. Delete molten cell. Reval. OCVI. Okay, no. Okay, so we got the results for the unbound. PIB, ER. Text covering the region. Cover nor text. Okay. I don't know. Oh, whoa, whoa. Let's not do this. It's just I. Let's go print and this. So you select this R. I need to see what's down there. Oh, okay. So that becomes the, okay. This is the general way. Okay. Let me open up the, sorry. Let me open this file. To go to language detector, we'll space this, and let's go and open this, and also go to the end. Yep, also harpen this file. So harpen 3, harpen 4, harpen 3, harpen 4. Okay. This is to just understand how deep is the results variable is. So the results variable, so I've got a for loop. If I say, for example, here, what is going on? Results. I, and then this one, but without this part. So capital V to select, capital R to run. Generator is not scriptable, but we did script it. We did script it, right? Ah, it's not scriptable because it's not a list. That's what you're trying to say, right? So if I were to write for result in results and there and this thing and possibly do this. So space VIB, space R, generator. Okay, generator is not scriptable because I forgot to change it here. X. Oh wow, what did I do? So you go to the end and then X space VIB space R. Yeah, so generator is not exactly scriptable, but we can use the for loop in it. That's that. So that is how we got the results. And if you take the bounding boxes, that will be the list of bounding boxes. I believe that's what it's called. So let's see if I am right. No, PP box. This is actually the results box of the CPU. And change in word, PP boxes. Or at least the length of the PP boxes. This length of the PP boxes, right? The length of the bounding boxes should be 1. So VIB, VR, done, but it's not printed. The results did not. Did it have a bounding box? Bounding boxes? Yeah. Okay. Hmm. VIB, VIB. Okay, space VIB to select it, V space R to run it. Let it run for a few seconds. Okay, it's run. So I will say interrupt, which would interrupt it, and go to the end. Now you go and select this, run this, and you see there's one person. If I say like print the bounding boxes are like this. The bounding boxes are like this. Good. The results need to be generated firstly. This is one. If there's multiple, there should be multiple. That's it. That's just it. That's just it. That is just it. So the first layer is just a generator, and the next layer is the number of bounding boxes. Okay, cool. I will harpoon it into number 3, and this. These are the generators. Okay. Poses in cameras. Generators. So it's tired right now. Change in word. Pose generators. So this is CI word. So yank in word, and this should be poses and end CI word and P pose generator. So from generator you get the poses, and from the poses you get the key points. It's just one generator. So I should actually write this as a comment there to each pose in a generator. This is looped only once. Should comment it because this is confusing. So when we get the poses, pose key points, key points in poses, key points, key, key points. What would be the better variable name for the key points? Because the key points meaning is just the key points for a single pose, but it actually has the list of the key points. So key points in poses would be the way. Mm. So it should be key points in poses, boxes in poses. So here, oops, poses. Right. So haha. Now the head tilt and the labels are now a bit problematic. Okay, you know what? That's it. It's just 2 hours of streaming. That's it for today, honestly. I will, of course, solve these later. I want to solve this now. Let us think through it a bit, and then we will end it for today. Uh, so you've got the poses, the key points in the poses. So you've got a lot of poses. That's a list of key points, and you have to go like iterate over the list of key points to uh, find a specific the body languages and everything else. Mm, so the so so you can see here there are like two loops. Like these are looped like twice, which I don't want. I just want it to be looped once, if that's possible. If that is possible. Mhm. For a specific camera, that is actually that should be inside the head tilt and the labels. For each of the camera, there should be different values, and I need to think about what these values should be sent as. Uh, mhm. Key points. This entire thing can be done if length is not. This entire thing can be done. Labels to depend. Why? Why are there more loops to go through? Just once, just get the label, right? Let the bounding boxes, and then you get the value for the head tilt, value for the body language, and just return it. This needs to be in a function. 100%. 100%. The function should actually take in the key points as well as the bounding boxes as input, and as output it should like spit out poses in cameras. Get the bounding boxes. Oh, you deal with numbers here. You don't actually want anything else. You deal with numbers. So you're not actually dealing with uh, images here. So the key points poses and the boxes are all NumPy arrays. That is actually fast. That is actually pretty fast. I'm not sure why I did like a double loop in here, like in this line number 90, as well as this line here. I did two loops when I could have done it in one loop. I'm not sure why I did that. Not sure why I'm also like pending. There's like also two loops in here. Why though? Okay, so they're like diff. Oh, okay. So one for one specific person, for one specific detection, which is the key points or the bounding boxes. Key points and bounding boxes for each of the different cameras. For each of the different cameras, you get the number of poses and yeah. I'm working on body language detection project for a client. So there's a key point in poses and key boxes in poses. So these can be sent down to a function, and that can actually work. So the function takes, for in the camera, then there's a number, and if there's like two persons in the detection, the function should return a list of the values of if it's head tilt or no, the number of persons. Yeah, that's that. To name persons. Let me ask the AI to do it. Okay, so firstly, I will use the buffer. That's Control N and Control. Sorry, yeah. Buffer means using this file, and uh, in the process. So it's got 44K, and let's see if it's buffer process post data. Combine in oops process post data class into a single loop. It's not a class right there. It is a method. Method in a single loop. And what? A single loop start from create another method which would take in key points in poses and boxes in poses and create a function which would take in as inputs and return the processed output. Ah, the function should do the in the post class. Sorry, process post data method starting from the head tail detection comment. Place the newly created method with the code post data starting from that comment. Let's submit. A lot of things. So prompting the AI is not only it's not the only thing that you have to do. What you have to also do is to review the code that the AI has written. That is what I'm going to do right now. I cannot just copy and paste everything. So let's see. I need more space in here. Where's my thoughts? Huh? Oh, okay, I can. Do that. Okay. So from the start, it's just it's a head tilt and labels, which I actually do not need. It should have understood it, but it did not. So it is generating this too, and it is head tilt and labels. Okay, head tilt and labels. So these are the two things which are like returned by this function, which is a process pose key points bounding boxes. So it takes in these two and it extends this to which I do not need. Honestly, I do not need. Let's see what we did. Let's see 30J. Okay, I'm returning that and it is actually following that. Cool. Okay, so let's me see the process which it is actually working on. So it is actually having a head tilt and labels, and it is not combining these two. Okay, so it's just separating out into a function. I understand that it's not combining the two different loops here. So I will, of course, further ask it to, is it possible to combine the two loops? Combine the two loops in the process pose key points bb boxes method into a single loop. If so, please do that. For some reason, my tab is not working in here. Submit. It is. And you see, it's not that clever. See, it's not that clever. It has written some code, but it's not really clever because why do you need to know the length of the bounding boxes? If there's no length of the if there's no bounding box, if there's no bounding box, there's no key points. That's because the YOLO model first detects the bounding box, and inside the bounding box, it defines the key points. So there might not be key points if the model is not confident enough, but there will always be bounding boxes. So, pretty bad if you ask me. So, not really liking it. In any case, let me start writing my own. So it should be def. Let's process, pose, key points, BB boxes, and pass it the self, the key points, and BB boxes. Okay. For now. Uh-huh. Let me not write the head tilt is this, the labels is this, and now rather than like going into the for loop as suggested by the AI, I would first check if length of BB boxes greater than 0 and I just accepted a lot of things, which I will, of course, it's 34K, oops, just V, oops, V, 34K, delete everything, delete this line, and yeah, okay, I'll not accept everything. So if it is as it, oops, let me go and check. So if it is like this, I will have a normalized key points. Normalized what do to select a line by line. Okay, let me go through it. This is not necessary because this is not necessary at all. So let's go to 11K, delete this line, delete this line, delete this line. Yeah, so I need to normalize it. So I invert and then you go to and V invert P. It's flattened the label and the label is appended. Good. Good. Yeah. This is actually body language detection. classification. Now for the head tilt detection, which should be starting. Okay. The left eye, the right eye, and if not this, and this. This is this angle. If the angle is uh, if this says to angle, keep it in 0, and then check if the angle is less. Head tilt is 1 or 0. So yeah, 1 or 0 is actually needed. So in a single loop, what I've done is I've checked the bounding boxes, I've checked the and classified the key points according to the support vector machine, and I also checked the head tilt, and I'm just for the length of bounding boxes, because if there's multiple bounding boxes, because multiple bounding boxes would suggest that there are multiple persons in the frame. So if there's like two persons in the frame, so there will be two bounding boxes, and if there's like two bounding boxes, then this loop will run twice, and it will return the it will return lists with lengths two lists. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's go to 6, and let's go here, and there's no else. Yeah, everything is good. That should be the return labels. Right, right. So this is what happens. Let's go to 30K, which I will delete. So V 36J and delete. Let's go now. Let's go to 60K. Up. Yeah, exactly. This is the one that I need. Paste. No. Labels, and I don't need to actually get it. These are not actually accessed. I agree, these are not accessed. The labels and the head tilts are not actually accessed, and this is what I don't care about at all. These are lists, uh, which can be returned. Uh, process meanings it should process everything. So when it returns the labels, it should be sent to the MongoDB. I do not have any use for you anymore. Let me bring this back. Okay, let me. Whoa. I guess come down here. Nope. Go to the body language detection. Sorry, the face emotion detection. And We did it. We solved a lot of things. There are certain things. So tomorrow I need to think about how the data should be sent to the MongoDB, and hopefully I'll do another stream tomorrow. But today, that's it. That is really it for today. I'll just close it down and save it. Yeah, that is it for today. I hope everybody here enjoyed my coding today. And if you have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments or in any of the social media channels that I have listed on my channel info. And if you've liked it, I would invite you to subscribe. And that's it for today. Hopefully, we'll see each other tomorrow or in a few weeks. So